Let's look how decimals and fractions relate to one another. It really has to do with how you say the word, ultimately. It says change the following decimal to fraction form or mixed number form and reduce if possible. If you look at this, and I've brought this image back in so you can see there are 2 decimal places. So 2 decimal places lands us on the hundredths. That's how I'm going to write it then. I'm going to write 41, and they want me to write it as a mixed number. I have this whole number that's 41, but then I also have a fractional part. I have 23 hundredths. So I'm going to write 23 hundredths. Let's try going the other direction. I should comment. It says, and reduce if possible. 23 over 100 will not reduce. Okay, I kind of have these out of order. Let's jump down to this bottom one because it's also a decimal that I have to turn into a fraction. So again, I'm going to write 46, and then I see I have 3 decimal places. If I look back at my graphic, 3 decimal places is right here, thousandths. I'm going to write 312 thousandths, like this. Now this one, though, will reduce. So I kind of want to do one that didn't reduce, and then this one, I know 312 is an even number, so it's going to have to reduce with the 1,000. I'm going to leave the 46, and I'm going to divide both of these by 2. Now I can divide, I'm trying to choose something that I can do in my head here. 1,000 divided by 2, that's pretty easy. That's just going to be 500. And 312 divided by 2. A little mental math here. I think of 300. All right, if I have the 300, half of 300, if I divide that by 2, that's a 150. And half of 12 is 6. This is going to reduce to 156 over 500. But guess what? Those are both even numbers. That will reduce again. I'm going to reduce again. 156 divided by 2. And 500 divided by 2. The 156, half of 150 is 75. Half of 6 is 3. That would add up to a 78. Oh my gosh, they're both even again. Okay, this is the problem that never ends. 46, they're both divisible by 2. Half of 70 is 35. Half of 8 is 4. That's going to become 39. Over half of 250 is 125. All right, finally I got down to a point where 39 and 125 will not reduce, so I'm going to stop right there. Now, of course, you could have divided those by bigger numbers. I did it by 2 so I could do it mentally, but that ended up being pretty lengthy. All right, let's go the other direction. Up here looking at this problem here. I'm going to take this and turn it into a decimal. It's 43 and 5 hundredths. 43 point. Now 5 hundredths, you have to look up here and say, oh, hundredths was right here. Hundredths is 2 decimal places. I have to have 2 decimal places. But I only have a single digit. So that single digit has to go into the hundredth spot, and I just slip a 0 in there as a placeholder. All right, hope this helps.